So recently, I've been reading several messages from you guys that you've been finding it difficult to deal with some critical situations. And I think I've received somewhere around 10 to 15 DMs daily from people asking for solutions on various problems in their life. Well, I need to mention here that I'm not that know it all kind of person whom you can rely on for advice. But yes, I can try my best to at least share with you my honest opinion, or maybe if I've experienced any of that in the past, I'll try to pass you some advices based on that. Well, now for a moment, let's try to understand why somebody like you goes out seeking advices and opinions from someone like me. There could be several reasons, but as far as I understand this, you go out seeking for someone's advice when you are not sure if you could solve that problem by yourself. But what if, despite giving you some advice or opinion, I would be more than happy to help you build your own skills, which are required on a very basic level to understand and solve a problem, so that you don't have to rely on me or anybody else for that matter. How does that sound? So today we'll discuss some life skills which, from my understanding, are basically required to understand the problem to its roots, so that you could understand where this problem arrived from, and accordingly you could bring some solutions to it. The first skill that you need to acquire is negotiation. Negotiation, I think, is very much underrated in terms of being a life skill. सब्जी वाले से 5-10 रुपए के लिए negotiate करना is not the negotiation that I'm talking about. The negotiation that I'm talking about here is the one that you do with your inner self. Some good examples could be when you negotiate with yourself about your daily habits, your money matters, your relationships, your fitness routine, your eating habits, your wishes and goals, and all of that. So while making a firm choice regarding any of these matters, you need some good negotiation skills to settle down with the best decisions about your life and your future. If you lack this skill of negotiation, you'll probably end up settling down with the choices that provide you with short-term joy and relief, but no long-term satisfaction and accomplishment. Negotiation for the long term requires you to be biased to your future self. I'll say that again. You need to be biased to your future self and not your present self. Even if you have to face some hardships in the present moment, it's alright, but your future self is definitely assured. You also need to make some tough decisions on your own to slowly chip away from this habit of asking favors from people even for the tiniest of things. The best thing that you learn by doing this is that you'll become capable of handling your inner conflicts better, and most likely you will have fewer of them if along the way you turn out to be a pro at negotiating things. The next skill that you need to work on is your mathematical analysis. So what is this mathematical analysis? Despite the fact that some of you were terrible at mathematics in school, I think you are quite good at basic calculations about life and its consequences. So the mathematical analysis is about bringing a logical angle to your decision making. All that you need to work on is your estimation about your time and your calculated efforts. The basic difference all of this brings to your decision making is the confidence of knowing your deal better. If you work towards solving your problems with confidence and awareness, you can estimate roughly about the conclusions that you might come across. It's not just about the problems, it could also be about the benefits that you can bring to your life from these calculated decisions. I don't want you to be over analytical. The context is to be aware and prepared so that you are never clueless at any point in life. Just improve your mathematical analysis and be aware and confident while making choices in life. And yes, the last and the most important thing that you need to work on is your flexibility. Be flexible in accepting the consequences that may come out of the choices you make. The simple old school hack is, if life throws lemons at you, make lemonade out of it. And to decode this old school hack, I would just say the willingness to accept those lemons thrown at you comes from your improved flexibility, and the understanding to prepare your lemonade comes from your ability of negotiation and mathematical analysis, which we just talked about. And in the end, I would just say if you try all of those things that I mentioned in this video, you are supposed to be committed and not leave just after your first attempt. You can't develop a skill without commitment, alright? And after several attempts, you will realize now you are capable enough to make your choices on your own. And you will have this amazing clarity of your emotions, your body, and your mind. The sooner you realize how everything works, the sooner you'll get better at understanding your life.